Intrapersonal communication and interpersonal communication are the basic and most essential and important aspects of human communication that construct the human communications kind or constructs the overall structure of human communication. Actually, when we talk about other different aspects and about other different types of human communication, like intercultural communication, intergroup communication, professional communications, all of such types and aspects of human communication starts from intrapersonal communication and interpersonal communication. Actually, when we talk about intrapersonal communication, we have to know that intrapersonal communication is the basic and most essential step of human communication. Actually, when individuals talk with themselves through the use of self-speech or self-talk and decide how to transfer a message to a particular person through the use of particular channel, verbal or non-verbal, direct or mediated process of communication, and the message production or message producing mechanism of our body or human being's body work together, especially our heart and our mind and our nervous system to produce a particular message. All of this process called intrapersonal communication. Actually, in intrapersonal communication, just one person communicates with himself, and the second person is not needed, and that's why we say it intrapersonal communication. And through the use of the skills and aspects of intrapersonal communication, we can decide how to interact with different people, and we can be successful in our daily interaction in different aspects and types of human communication, like interpersonal communication or intercultural communication or so on. That's why always we have to try to increase the level of our internal coherence and try to manage well the relationships between our different parts of our internal body, especially those organs that affect the process of exchanges of information in our nervous system, in our brain, in our heart, in different parts of our body, and actually try to think and also try to talk with ourselves properly to decide how to make a message, how to transfer a message, and how to interact with different people. Actually, when we accept the importance of interpersonal communication and use the ways that interpersonal communication enables us to evaluate the process of our interaction and also to evaluate messages and also to decide how to interact. This process helps us to be more active, more productive, and more successful in our daily interactions with different people, and also in our daily lives. And also, the first accessible aspect of human communication that is accessible by researchers and other people can see when people interact with one another. In the first practical part or aspect of human communication that occurs between at least two people is interpersonal communication. After interpersonal communication, it occurs inside one's own body or an individual's body. Interpersonal communication is the most important and essential aspect of human communication. Actually, interpersonal communication occurs between at least two communicators or two individuals, either through the use of verbal verbal messages or based on the direct process of communication by the presence of at least two communicators. And also it is possible to have interpersonal communications with different individuals through the use of writing messages and through the use of some technologies and machines, and also have mediated process of communication, like through the use of different parts of social media, different parts of technologies like WhatsApp, like emailing, and any kind of technologies and techniques that enable individuals and people to interact with another. But the most important and effective kind of interpersonal communication and all kinds of human communication is the verbal, direct, and active communication between individuals and people in the same area and at the same time. Because when people have direct communications, they can see one another, they can evaluate their emotional situations, and also they can hear and listen their messages and exchange messages effectively. Because in the process of human communication, always there are some things we cannot transfer by words, and we can understand through assessment and through the consideration of our faces and our emotional situations and actions and reactions. That's why the best important and the most effective type in situation of communications between or among individuals is direct communication, and through the use of verbal and direct interactions between different people or different individuals. That's why when we talk about different kinds of human communication, we have to know the importance of intrapersonal communication and interpersonal communication. When we know the processes, the skills, and steps of these two kinds of important types of human communication, intrapersonal communication and interpersonal communications, these elements help us throughout our lives and throughout the different parts of interactions with different people. And actually, these are the main steps that enable all of us to have successful interactions and to know how to construct messages and how to transfer messages and how to conclude our interactions and how to reach our probable goals in the process of human communication, but without focusing on our interpersonal communications, without focusing on our internal actions and reactions in our internal coherence, we may not be more successful in our daily interactions. That's why we have to consider that intrapersonal communication and interpersonal communications are the main types and aspects of human communication that construct human communications kind. I am Dr. Abdul Qahar Sarwari, professional of humanities, technology, and human communication. If you want to watch more videos, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.